Hi, guys, and welcome to another episode of Safe Space with Frederick. It is often said that if you think about something long enough, you start saying it. If you say something often enough, you start doing it. If you do something often enough, it becomes a habit. And if you hold on to your habit long enough, it becomes a part of you. On today's episode, we are discussing addictions. For the sake of clarification, I would like you to know that the aim of this episode is not to judge anyone that is guilty of practicing any of the things that will be mentioned today, but to let you know that it happens, yeah? This life no balance. And then if you need to get help, you can be helped. And with me are four amazing people. We start from my left, which is your right. So, kindly introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Bajolo Tobafi Follower.
My name is Rachel Sika.
Hi, I'm Odrome Bamushoma.
Hello, my name is Ogai Manu.
So, just keep tuned, we'll be right back. So welcome back, guys, and we are still discussing addiction. So the addictions that we'll be discussing today are: number 1, alcoholism; 2, pornography; 3, masturbation; strip clubbing. Who enjoys going to strip club more, guys or girls? And then gambling and sex. My warriors, you have the floor. Please tell me which you think is which, or who does what most.
So, of course, I will be fair and sincere. Guys love sex more. Pornography is like the first point of call for them because from probably age of 15, 16, they're curious about it. So, guys will lean on that
I say
side.
ladies are not curious too about what sex is.
I was
Not like guys.
This thing is not even based on gender. This thing happens generally.
Yeah.
But guys are way more curious and
No, that's
more
you say from your own
reactive.
point of view, not that okay. Girls don't think about.
So I think
don't
it's
think
because
that-
of the way the question was shown open. Which of this gender do this the most? And that's what he thinks.
Yeah, that's what I feel.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Okay, let him finish, and then
Yeah.
others will take the floor.
Yeah,
So,
actually.
what else you want to say, please?
So when it comes to alcoholism, we know that definitely guys take the floor here because of course they want to get high. Or do you feel ladies take the floor there? I feel guys.
ladies that can do more than guys.
How many ladies, when you look at statistics, how many ladies per guy can actually
I
finish?
feel that that is
The
because
bottle of
of
scotch.
caveman mentality. It has always been, guys have always dominated in areas shaded, but nowadays you can see rise in a lot of things that ladies do.
Hope you know that
Because they
drinking
have
has levels.
I'm telling you, I'm being
There are
sincere
some
too. It's
levels of
because they
drinking
now
that
have
some guys
the.
can ever have that you see a girl who just
Yes.
okay, no.
So on the scale of 1 to 10, how many girls in 5 guys can drink more than those guys?
Oh, that's going to be hard.
So what I'm saying, according to statistics, guys take alcohol more than
Sorry,
ladies.
what
period.
statistics are you referring to?
General statistics between specific age levels, guys
What
take
age
more.
levels?
So we can do between 16 to 22.
Okay, so I think for me, I feel like when it comes to sex, I don't want to equate it to say, okay, each a gender. I think it's more about like individuals, and it's just peculiar to individuals. I probably would not be that crazy about sex as he would, but then there are other girls who would probably take the floor when it comes to that. So I feel like it's a very, very.
And there are guys that's actually the same way. Some guys they are not even in the same headspace as other girls. Like when it comes to sex,
Yeah.
than some other
But
people.
I feel like, so for other things that you've mentioned here, you can actually really just say that a particular gender does this better. So in the aspect of going to a strip club, I actually feel like I see more guys. I have friends that will legit tell me they want
Then
to.
who do
you
guys
accept
go to
guys?
see? Who do guys go to see in strip clubs?
So the question
Ladies.
isn't
But
who
are we
is.
saying
So the
that
question
we're hiring
is.
strip club for ladies?
No, don't get me
So-
wrong. So the question
So my point of
wasn't.
view, yeah. So the question wasn't who participates in the act more, right? But I feel that for some people to be able to attract the number of people they have.
No,
the
that,
upper
I don't
hand.
feel like that qualifies. The question is who goes to the strip club? I have more of my friends. I barely see a girlfriend tell me, oh, I'm going to the strip club. I can hear them say, oh, I'm going to the club, yeah. But yes, there are ladies who go to the strip club. Please don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I have maybe just my friends. Maybe I'm speaking for just my friends. But I know that most guys go to the strip club from what I have experienced. This is supposed to be something personal based on experiences, things that you have seen. Yeah, so I would say that most guys go to the strip club for me. Yeah. I would
Okay,
say
so
that.
what about
Gambling.
masturbation?
Yeah, gambling too.
Okay, gambling.
Of
Wow.
course,
Gambling,
guys.
Ah, but I have friends that.
Guys.
Wait, I have a question. Wait, I have a question. I
The
have a
only
question.
thing ladies gamble about is the guy with the money. And the guy is gambling.
That's
to get
offensive.
it.
It's fine. Okay, but I have a question.
Alright.
So we're saying that when it comes to gambling, I want us to please, Bet Nigeria is it not supposed to be part of gambling?
It is.
Yeah, so I have friends that
Oh my god. Okay, you're literally the first lady that I'm meeting that has openly said that ladies know how to play Bet Nigeria. I didn't know that
I
ladies know how to
actually
play.
have friends who that do. Like when we're in uni, it was something that most ladies live by. A lot of I'm serious. Like obviously when it first started.
Football, someone plays.
So this is the trick here. So I had a neighbor whose boyfriend was really into football. So that was like the cheat there. That was just that was like the cheat trick for her. And she would always play. So even I think at then it was 100 naira for 11,000. I'm not too sure what it is right now.
Yeah, I think that's about the fixture.
Yeah, exactly. So I know.
Just
so I
number
know.
of bets.
Yeah, so I don't know how these things play, but yeah.
Okay, so what about masturbation? Which one have you not talked about?
Pornography and masturbation.
That one is generic.
That one is generic. You can't really say
Can't
between. There's more of a balance. So it could be guys here, it could be ladies here. You can't really say. And these days,
Yeah.
toys are bought anyhow now. All the
Be honest.
So
They're all about
Guys don't
the
like
business.
honest. I
know.
Yeah, for 2 months. What is
Buy toys.
What do you need the toy
They buy it for their girlfriend.
Yes!
Okay, so
And some buy it for themselves.
I feel
And you know, but let's not forget that when it comes to masturbation, I mean, some people know how to dance soapy. You don't
Yes.
necessarily.
When it comes to
They
masturbation,
do know.
sometimes you have
You
to-
know they say
Guys,
you do just to
guys.
masturbate.
I actually don't believe that it's just like guys take
No, it's
it
not.
really, because like this is like the 21st century, yeah, and like you said, people have access to all of these things. Really, it's not a big deal anymore, to be honest with you. No, I'm just being
Yeah,
honest,
no.
right? It's not really like a big deal anymore. You can legit go into a house, and a girl doesn't necessarily even have to need to have
Pew
sex.
bar.
Actually, we don't say. I refuse to comment as regards whatever it is just said. But I know for sure that I think the ladies actually masturbate. Maybe not. It's not really.
No, don't say
said.
they don't.
No, I mean like more ladies. I feel like more ladies as opposed to guys.
Thank you.
Actually.
Thank you.
Actually.
At least
So-
always.
so
Have you
this-
seen we have more honey girls than guys?
I don't think that.
That's no question.
So
That's
no,
not
no,
the question.
no.
If you're not honey,
That's a very good question.
No, wait,
Exactly.
wait.
They don't just.
Honey, I'm not talking about. So when you say honey now, the question is masturbation. Masturbation is you're not getting. There's no other partner with you.
No,
Any-
That is not
no, that's not masturbation.
What's
It's a state of the
masturbation?
mind. Yeah, it's
I know.
self pleasure.
Sorry,
Masturbation is
wait,
self pleasure.
excuse me.
Yeah.
So self pleasure. Please can you describe
So
what
you
is
just wake up
self-pleasure?
and say,
No, wait.
self-pleasure.
Masturbation is self pleasure. How? Please explain how.
Exactly.
So,
Self-pleasure,
so
yeah.
it is more of playing the mind, and or a lot of guys will probably look for porn to help them, and then they
Do
just
they jerk off? That's the question.
yes they jerk off.
Do they have a partner while they are doing that?
They don't need.
They might have
They have the
Exactly,
girlfriends.
you said
That's
that.
his choice. That's what
Indirectly. That's the point he's trying
But that's
to
what I
make.
just said. So what I'm saying really, to be
Okay.
honest with you, is that girls or guys or whatever it is that you want to say, as far as we're talking about masturbation I don't need a partner to be with me. I mean that's what makes it masturbation.
I'm not saying you need a partner.
So when you call honey, I think honey is not like a measure. When you're saying, oh,
So
are you
to
saying more
determine-
guys are
to
honey?
determine
I can
if-
be honey and get something to help me relieve whatever it is I'm feeling. Guy, I've masturbated, whether you like it or not. So that's really what
Yeah.
it is. For me, women more.
No, but I
Okay.
say, okay, I asked a question actually.
Okay,
Sorry, what was your question?
sorry. Can I clarify? I think
Okay.
there might be a mix-up here.
Exactly.
So she believes or she thinks that
She knows.
the fact that
Wow, dear.
guys get more money than girls, or that girls get money than guys, is not prerequisite for determining who masturbates more.
Yeah.
Because you can actually be very horny and
Get
not
somebody.
decide not to masturbate. You can
Or
even
if you
decide
get
not
somebody like your partner,
Yeah.
You understand,
But now
you
masturbation
understand.
is a completely
to
different
think.
ballgame.
Exactly. So you wanted to say something.
I asked a question.
I think it was answered, my brother.
Yes,
Okay. I like that the questions have been answered.
Yeah.
Welcome back, guys, and I'm sure that you can tell that it's been an interesting conversation here. I mean, I love the responses. I love that there was no bias and people were just saying things how it appealed to them. But the most important thing that we should ask ourselves is, why do you think people are addicted to some of these things or like to do some of these things? And if they find themselves doing these things and they don't want to do it, how can they help themselves stop some of these things? So just tell me. I don't want you to start telling me if you are addicted to any of these things, but how do you think people can manage this problem? So I think we should start individually now. So let's start with you and then we'll move.
Low self-esteem could be one of the reasons why. Peer pressure is another serious reason why a lot of people would go towards this addiction. I don't know what
Yeah.
It could be anything. It could be anything at all.
Me, I also feel it could be boredom.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Curiosity.
Curiosity, yeah.
Me, I also feel like this country is hard.
So
Really?
it could be a form of release.
No.
Addiction could be a form of
So
release.
I feel like yeah. So one thing I know about addiction is that it always gives you that. So first of all, you try out something that later becomes an addiction. There's this feel good feeling that
Feeling,
comes
yeah,
with it that registers in your mind, and then there's the urge to do it again. So when it becomes an addiction, sometimes, like he said, people are just trying to really live. Suffering and smiling, you are going through a lot, and that's the only thing that makes you feel better.
So you're saying it could be a sort of defense, a
Exactly,
coping mechanism.
exactly.
Until it
And
becomes
it's
a
almost
problem.
like a big deal here in Nigeria, especially with a lot of young people, where people are just really just trying to live by. There's a lot going on that
True.
I also agree with what Ogaima said. Maybe they do it as a form of release.
Yeah.
Maybe when you're stressed, you're tensed up. Some people just take maybe masturbation as part of the
Yeah.
release.
Different.
They will
Yeah,
just go
coping
take
mechanism.
alcohol, just sit at one
True.
place,
Get high.
just get
Hide
high,
your
be on
trouble.
another state.
Yes.
and
But now, if someone now sees this thing as a challenge, because it's when it's an addiction now, they may not necessarily like to continue doing these things. So, what advice do you have for them? What can they do if they are struggling with any of these things?
So for me, what the best advice, you can't stop abruptly. You need to
It's a
reduce.
gradual process.
So if you take like 4 bottles, you need to reduce to 2 bottles. Then you withdraw to 1, and then you will see yourself doing without each one. If you try it abruptly to affect you
Go back to
mentally,
it.
and you will go back to it.
So, you probably relapse if you try to,
And
So
come back.
I feel like also for him, he kind of brought something to light that I think we probably didn't talk about, which is this part of alcoholism. And to be honest with you, when people are addicted to the point where they take a lot and it makes them, look like nuisance in the society, where you have to drag this person is making a mess on the road. It's something that because it's not even good for your health. Let's start with that.
Yeah.
How about your health? So I feel like it's fine for you to be in that phase of trying to make sure that there are people who say they want to stop, but they really just cannot. I feel like getting help is very, very important. And in this part of the country or of the world, really, where when you talk about mental health, some people just laugh at you. Mental health is looked down on, and this, like we said, stress can be a major reason why people are addicted to certain things.
Yeah.
So I feel like at this point there are places I don't know if mentioning this, but I noticed that there's this group of people that really just help people talk through some of the things that they are, which mentally aware energy, if I'm not mistaken. So I feel like more and more of these people are in Nigeria. Maybe they're not really too pronounced, but if you can find a way to get help, tell somebody you're going through a lot. Don't wait till it gets to the point where you have to do something. So an addiction can be a cry for help. Like I said, so I feel like maybe we don't say these things, we laugh about them. But please get help. It's very important.
Yeah. So does anyone have anything else to say?
I feel to get out of some things, we have to, number one, face the source of the problem.
Yeah.
There is something that is making you do something. What's that something?
Yeah.
But sometimes we pass, like the source of the problem has grown past the source.
Yeah.
So the source is not even relevant.
Yeah, I think I get what you're trying to say.
So even if the source does not exist anymore, the problem exists. And one thing to do with a problem like that is to disassociate yourself from some certain people.
True.
You can't smoke. If you smoke with a couple of friends, you can't stop.
True.
Because when you look at them do what
you just
makes
feel like
you all happy.
Yeah, you just want to keep
And
doing it.
especially when they don't know it's a problem.
Yeah.
They don't
It's
see it as
okay.
anything.
Because some people have a threshold of control that others don't have. So for some people, they could cope well with life. In fact, their health could be well managed with those addictions. But for some other people, they just don't
It
have
might not even
control.
be an addiction to
It
them.
may not be an addiction for them.
Yeah.
So I would say it's a personal decision.
Yeah.
You would have to decide that you are okay.
Yeah.
And once you admit, that's the first route to discovery.
Yeah.
Once you admit that you've had enough, then you decide on
Then
how
you
you're
can
going to
finally
stop.
get it. Thank you very much, guys, for this invaluable contribution. I love everything that you said, and as I said earlier, if you hold on to your habits long enough, they become or it becomes a part of you. And what better way to stop an habit that you don't like than to replace it with another habit? So let's say, for example, you discover that you masturbate whenever you're alone. Why don't you try to bring around good energy, bring around people to avoid you being in that phase where you feel like you need to masturbate. So thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, tell your friends about this channel, and I love you guys. Thank you very much. We love you. Bye.
Bye.